All right, we're back into the binders.
Right now I got grave plots for Aaru, the Field of Reeds, art collection, art museum, exhibits, so on. New pictures here. So I got no drawings to go with this one, but so this was going to be pretty straightforward. So we got grave plots, the levitating lanterns. So this is where we're going to be incorporating quantum locking, and so we're going to need a constant influx of power to provide the essential power necessary to keep these powered up and levitating. Possibly, or there's probably going to be an input of energy that needs to maintain the aesthetic of like all of them floating around. Because like you're going to have one that's like right here, and then like a row of those, columns of those, and so you're going to have like rows and columns of floating orbs, right? So use magnets to provide, or quantum levitation to provide lift for the lantern sphere. Oh, and it's also a lantern, so it glows, it lights up, so it shines. Particle hologram. Holograms. Oh, wait. These could be on the corners. So the levitating lanterns could be on the corners. And so those essentially have four little nodes right here. And then the four lanterns will be kind of hovering or levitating above that. And then in the middle, where you have the particle hologram. Holograms contained in various shaped capsules. You can have a pyramid, obelisk, cube, sphere, etc. These are like glass-like containers or glass-like blocks that essentially have those particle things, kind of like, I think I did this for that one first business idea video where I kind of showed this, but basically kind of like that. So basically it's the image or the likeness of the person with their name, the date of birth and death, so on. There we go. I love this game. But yeah, you essentially have the different like air bubbles or particles all coalesce to form one shape or outline or the shape or likeness of the person, right? And then also other text, letters, other images that you might want to include on there. Also included on these or incorporated into this would be an AI learning or simulation, or like a personality emulation, virtual reality, CGI simulation software. I don't even know what to call it. Hopefully you got the general gist of that though, like what we're trying to do. So basically use an AI to create a simulation that emulates the likeness of the person in a virtual reality or VR form, or what's even CGI? Crap, I forget what CGI is. Oh my God, I feel stupid. I should know that. Computer generated image, is that what it is? The stuff like that, basically create a virtual or digital or little particle rendition of the individual along with their text and images. All right, this creates a visual depiction of the deceased that loved ones can verbally and possibly even physically interact with to simulate speaking with the person even after they have passed on. This is a thing that I think I addressed in the first business idea video, but I can address it, kind of gloss over it again. But so gloss over it, but still worth mentioning that some people might have an issue with this because if we're using the data that's extrapolated from like social media, photos, and any other information that's given to us, it's still not going to be the whole entire picture of who that person was, because there's going to be a lot of information missing from parts of the person's life from when they were alive. And so we try to take bits and pieces of information that we can gather and try to create the same thing, it's not going to be the same thing because we don't have all the information that made the original person. And so that new AI simulation, the thing that you're making, is not going to be exactly the same thing. So people might have a problem with it because they're like, this isn't the same person. They don't have the same ideologies, beliefs, or feedback, or reactions, or so on. And that might be an issue for some, but for others, I think just being able to have some sort of semblance of who that person once was, just to feel some sort of connection, is going to be able to satisfy people and be able to entertain them, to be able to provide them the comfort. And so it will be useful. So, I mean, this could be a voluntary option where people can choose whether to incorporate it or not. So it'll be it'll be optional. There we go. Optionable. It'll be optional. Optional. So it could be a feature they can add on to it if they would like to, but not mandatory. So it's not something that would be incorporated in all of them. Just if they want to, then maybe for an additional fee, we could. We figure something out. So you can have it or not if you want to. So totally up to you. But that is the Grave Plots idea. Crap, that's not even going to be Aaru anymore. That I put it under Aaru, but I also have was it Eternal Flame? I think it's Eternal Flame Cemeteries and Funeral Services or something like that. That was a different affiliate or subsidiary of Infinity Corp and or Apotheosis. Cool. There's that one. Done.